I'm really happy to introduce you to Anders, who was the first farmer we met in Norway last 2 years ago when we went in the project Perma in Farm, and then we really get a little bit how to say it? I don't know the real word, like kind of confused and overwhelmed and inspired by the things which were going on in Holtgard farm and what was happening there, and all other things what Anders is doing. He will tell today and show pictures, and we will be happy to see what are you doing and your experience, and maybe ask a lot of questions afterwards as well. Okay, so
Yeah, really.
the floor is yours, Anders.
Okay, thank you, Ilse. Yeah, I'm excited to be here with you now and to share what I have to share. And I really hope there will be questions because I'm better with questions. But I will do my best. I haven't done many of these webinars before, actually none. So I'm excited to see how it goes. I didn't have time to, I never came so far to read the description of me, but I was told I'm gonna share my experience at Holtgård and what we have been doing there. So I will just share some pictures of the farm, and first I want to start with a short video, just so that you can get an idea of the place for those that haven't watched the video that was in the description that we made. Okay, let's see now. It was here just now. There it is. Okay, I hope there will be sound also. You just stop me if there is no sound, Ilse. Yeah. Yeah, so that's Holtgård. And watching this video brings really nice feelings in me. Because right now I've been working in my hometown for a couple of years. So I'm not living there anymore. Right now I'm working as a farmer's assistant or a cowboy, if you would like, with herding cattle and Angus cows for meat production. So right now we have about 150 animals actually in this farm, and it's fun. But watching this video makes me how to say makes me miss it, the lifestyle and the people. Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I will go back one day. So here, what you see is a little overview of the farm. We have the market garden or the CSA garden on the left side there. I will talk much about that today. And on the right side, we have the buildings. We have the yellow little house where Roar and Rakel lives, the farmer and his wife. We have some small cabins around where people that is there for workaway experience and other practitioners live. We have the top right building is what we call a brewer house, like for brewing beer from old age, but we call it that, but it's more a multi-purpose house where we have a open cafe in the days where we welcome visitors, and also a big hall where we have people coming to celebrate everything from birthdays to weddings, other events we have. We have courses there. Yeah, and you see the barn on the top left side there, where we also have cows, we have sheep, some pigs, chickens. It's like a real old style farm, which make it very attractive for people to come visit. So Roar and Rakel opened the farm for people that was wanting to have the experience of a real farm, to bring their kids to see the animals, maybe buy some good pastry in the cafe, just enjoy the weekend days in the gardens, and yeah, just enjoy. Yeah, here we see some cabins and a little garden on the right side there. Yeah, so this is Roar, the farmer, that together with his wife bought this farm, or actually he took it over from his deceased father 35 years ago now. So they started on scratch. They had some vegetable growing. He got a cow for his 30 years old as a gift, and then with some chickens they could produce milk and eggs, and they could have kindergartens come visiting, and they made waffles and had that going. Now they have 6 cows that produce milk, and here we can see the popular halloumi cheese that they make on the farm. They also have been making like a real, authentic farm cheese. Yeah. And these cows are walking outside as much as possible together with their calves, which are drinking milk. I don't remember how long, at least, yeah, up to a year, I think, actually. But at some point in the lactation, like after 3 months or so, they separate the calves so that they can keep the milk and then milk them in the morning to produce the cheeses. They make really, really good yogurt and also ice cream. Yeah, so just very simple standard on the milking place. Here I can show you, I don't know if you have sound here, but every year a lot of people come to see the first time the cows get out on the field again after the winter. And that's a big happening. So then the cafe is full and the families love it, you know. Very happy animals, finally getting to graze in the field. Yeah, Ilse, can you hear me well? I'm just
yeah, we hear you really well, and we are happy to see the pictures and video.
Okay, that's perfect. Here we have Rakel, which is Roar's wife. So together they have been running the farm up until now. Their son, one of their sons, together with his fiancée, is now taking over to run the farm. Yeah, there they are, Mathilde and Martin. Wonderful. Okay, yeah, I love him so much. So I came to the farm as a friend of Martin. I had been doing some practice on the farm, so I knew the family and everything. I've been working on another farm before, but since Martin and Mathilde went to the same school that I went to for agriculture, they wondered if I was interested in come live at the farm and help out with the dairy production, making the cheeses and everything through the winter to help his father that was kind of getting older and not as much energy left anymore. And so it suited me. I was happy to say yes, and I came there. And through the winter, I was talking with Martin, and we decided, okay, so maybe now we will take charge of the garden, because at that point it wasn't as active as it had been. Roar was one of the first farmers in Norway that started running the garden as a CSA garden. So CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture, and is a concept that is like still gaining popularity in Norway. Now I think we have more than 200 gardens run this way, and I will talk about how it's run. But it consists of members that come together and work together, helping to sow seeds, grow small plants, prepare the garden, plant them out, direct seeding, the weeding, the whole production really, and then the share the outcome. And it can be run with a small member group that has kind of is in charge and initiating the whole thing. And how it was run here with Roar, he had, as a farmer, had been taking the biggest amount of work and follow-up initiative. And so the members are paying an amount to be a member and are also coming to help for a certain amount of hours. It could be like everything from 6 hours to 12 or even 20, 24 hours through the season. to participate and help when it's needed with weeding and all these big workloads through the season. And so Roar had been running it for almost 10 years, I think, before. And at the last years, he wasn't having the same energy and inspiration to run it. It wasn't so many members left, but me and Martin having new ideas of the garden and how it could be run, was excited to start it. So yeah, here we are, the first year preparing the garden and everything. Yeah, and all little Marion, the little cat, is the most wonderful cat in the world. Yeah, so this is workawayers. I'm sure many of you are known with the concept of people that is traveling, that wants to stay in one place for a longer time, and they work up to 5 hours, 5 days a week to get food and shelter. And here they are helping out in the garden, and it's a really nice contribution to the whole community in the farm, really. It's like, as a farmer, it's difficult to travel so much, so then it's nice to have the world coming to the farm. Yeah. Here we are in the middle of some renovation of the greenhouse. This is the second year I was there, but it's very nice to have a good place for the upbringing of plants. Yeah, and the whole process, like, we had almost 100 families as members in the garden. So it means it's a lot of plants, a lot of work. So then it's to have these workaway people coming to the farm to work, and also practitioners, people from the agricultural school that wants some practice, that they come and stay in the farm and help out, and that makes it possible. Because doing all this on my own, like, yeah, I would, I don't know, I couldn't do it. And so, yeah, it takes some planning and organization. But I and Martin did this as, how to say, a separate business from the farm, in a way, like when it comes to the economy. We had our own economy as an own business. That we had this, we were renting to like the field and the locations, and then we had our income from the members. We also did investments ourselves with the watering systems and everything from what we got from the members. And what is so nice with this CSA concept is that the members are paying upfront. So let's say we do the maths, like, okay, how big a field, okay, how much can we produce, and how many families could we have serving from that amount. And then we have to kind of do some estimates here of the workload. How many hours are we working? How many people are working? How much do we have to have paid in total in order to make this running, to make it as how to say, have it as a job, you know, have some income. That's important. And after that, we was able to figure out how much one share would be, like one season, how much one family member or member family would have to pay. And so we have the payment upfront, and then we are able to do the investments we needed to do and then we are not how to say, then we share the risk with the members. Normally as farmers you have the whole risk yourself. You invest in all the tools, all the seeds, and all the work through the season, and at the end maybe if especially you're very how to say, vulnerable as a monoculturalist, if you have one crop and the whole thing fails, then it's your problem, and your loss. But here we share both the benefits of good harvests, but also we share the risk of a bad season. So we will get paid for the work, and everybody does the best. And normally, since it's not monoculture, it's like I think we have 30, 50, up to 50 different kinds of vegetables growing here. So that means if there is a bad year for the onions, it could be a very good year for the kale, the cabbage, you know, or the potato. We have so many different families. Some would have a bad season, while other would thrive even more to make even a bigger harvest. And so it's a very, very, in a way, safe way of running the garden with a big diversity. Yeah. So here we are, a group of people preparing the garden with a very simple tools, hand tools. We have a small tractor that we also use. But as you see, it's a very nice vibe running it this way. Many farmers are spending a lot of time alone. Here, running the garden this way, you will have company. And it's very making the days very how to say, like enjoyable. Yeah. Yeah, here is getting compost, planting tomatoes in the greenhouse. Yeah, help from different kinds of people. Here we have some practitioners from an agriculture school, some workawayers, some friends of the family. Yeah. And it means big lunch tables, at least in the main season. Yeah, it was not unusual to have like up to 19 people around the table in the midsummer, because of it becomes a big extended family, and also friends. People have been there before, come visiting, and like have a really nice flow of people and energies. Yeah. Here we have the small tractor, and things are starting to have a shape. We was dividing the garden into 8 smaller pieces that we were rotating, or still they are still rotating, the different families, so that we yeah, as a way of making sure we're not too vulnerable for attacks from pests or from sicknesses. The small tractor can be used for so much. Here it's used to prepare some beds outside of the smaller greenhouse that we put up. The This must have been the first year, or was it the second? Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, it's COVID. It can also be used for transporting kids at the farm. Yeah. You said you have some questions or thoughts?
Don't know if we have.
I have
Oh, nice.
question one. I was wondering, what is the first question? What is behind the idea? Why the inhabitants, why people do involve in such project? What is the main very high price? I just give some examples. Yeah, like very high prices of vegetables. I've lived in Norway for a short time. I know the price is there. Is that the economy? Is that the ecology? Because what we buy in shop, that's full of pesticides. Here we have green. What is the behind idea of for people to involve in this kind of project?
Yeah, several reasons. I think the main reason is the idea of having healthy food.
Healthy, like without pesticides, ecological.
Yeah, knowing where it comes from is important for more and more people because they are opening their eyes to that conventional food is maybe not the best way. And so along with the health, it's also the ecology, as you say, wanting the caring for the future and wants to take their they choose another way than the conventional one because they believe that will be the best future. And some people choose it because of the they want to learn more about growing food and they want to the experience of working with the soil, spending time. Some people choose it for community.
So choose this like a hobby. That's for sort of hobby for them. That's not need. They can easily go by, but this is like the to be with soil, to be in contact with nature. So that's like
yeah. It's it becomes like a passion and a hobby for people. And also because they don't need to, because most people can afford the vegetables in the store. But I guess people being members here eat more vegetables than the normal Norwegian person. Because buying all these vegetables the same amount in the store would be quite expensive.
Okay. And the second question is, who are they? I wonder, I mean, do they come from far? Do they come from cities? Because people around there, they have their own, I suppose, they have their own farms. So why to come here in this social community? They have little, like I say how it's typically in Latvia. Latvians consider themselves to be individualists, and they're very proud of that. I lived abroad for I'm sort of fighting with struggling with that. Yes, in Latvia it's seen who want that, who are interested in these kind of things. They have their own home, they have their own land, and they do it at home. So that's why.
So, okay, let's let Anders to answer. Okay.
Because here it's this farm is in an area where we have several cities around. So most members don't have space to grow their own food. People living in the city not having that big gardens. So it's not. I don't think there is so many people that have. Not so many members that have the opportunity to grow it at home by themselves. So not many farmers would be a part of it. But I some are because of the fellowship, because of opportunity to come together and be a part of a group and enjoy our project together.
So maybe Anders, you can a little bit tell how far and how big cities are from your place. Like
Yeah.
choose.
Yeah, so we have well, in amount of people, I'm not sure of inhabitants in each city, but there is one bigger city that is 20-25 minutes away in car. There is another city that also has quite some inhabitants, 25 minutes away. And we have the third city that is 40 minutes away. And it's like, yeah, it's very many people living around. So it's very suitable to do this kind of thing at this farm. But I know that there is 200 other CSA gardens around. That is far from as central that that this farm is. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, if that answers your question. But yeah, there is quite some people living very close. So, yeah, more or less. Yeah, you can see pictures of vegetable growing in the garden more and more. Yeah, and if there's more questions, I'm happy to answer them as we go. If not, I will just continue.
So there is one hand lifted up, please.
Okay. Hey, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. And I always thoughting about this model and this motivation why to join. Did you ever calculate it? How much does it cost? The all foods that are received by the, let's say, customer. If you compare with marketplace,
Yeah.
yeah, is there some gain or there is
Yeah, I've been calculating that to get ecological food, the same amount would be, yeah, about twice the price. So yeah, they would have to pay at least twice as much as being members in this garden.
Okay, that will be if the same kind of ecological food, but if with how to say conventional food in the market, is it how it's related?
It would still be cheaper, yeah, by far, but not as like, I don't know, it would be maybe 2/3 the price or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it depends where you also buy the food, of course. But actually in Norway, ecological food is getting more and more available, but there is many of the how to say cheaper stores, the ones that is very popular and known for being cheaper, they don't have so much ecological produce to sell, so it's not as available. Yeah.
And how long the average the participants stay in this how to say program?
How long the members stay?
Yeah.
Oh, most people stay for years and years. So of course there is some quitting and some new coming, and the biggest reason for people not being members anymore is that they find themselves not having time to help out as much, and also they have to come and harvest themselves in the fall. So people like new families having new children, and don't have as much time anymore, or just changing works and stuff like that would be reasons for quitting. Yeah, mostly.
But you have this model that they came to your farm, not you deliver it to the door. This vegetables and all that. And you only vegetables, but do you have some fruits or something else, or just vegetables, or milk, or meat, or?
Yeah, we have at the farm we have meat from the cows and the pigs, and the dairy produce, of course. We have the cheeses, the yogurt produced every week, so in Norway we also have a concept that is called reko. I don't remember what it says, what the letters are for, but it's quite popular in Scandinavia. It's kind of like pop-up markets, because farmers markets do exist in the biggest cities, but not in the towns around, and the smaller cities don't have it, and that also is not so frequent. So the producers have come together and made a group on Facebook. It works on Facebook, where they post. They agree on at a certain time and place. Let's say every week or every second week they meet at a parking lot somewhere, and within half an hour everybody is there to give out, to deliver the produce that the customers already have ordered on this Facebook group, and hopefully also already have paid for. So it goes quite fast, like a pop-up market. Producers show up with the cars full of produce. Customers come, they have been ordering from several producers, and they go from car to car to pick up their produce. So it's a really cool concept that is working better some places, and maybe are not at that big other places. But it's a really cool thing that makes it possible for people to get local produce, like high quality for the same price as you get conventional in the store, and also the farmers get more paid for their produce than having, like, the gross, the between part, grossist, we call it in Norway. People that pays less and then sell it on to the store or whatever. The store have their share. So it's a really cool concept where farmers get more paid for their work. Yeah.
But in this customer supported agriculture, only vegetables.
In the community supported, we have only vegetables at this farm. Yeah.
Did any such a community make from berries and fruits and other stuff, or only in Norway all 200 farms make this only for vegetables?
No, yeah. We have also some of them have
Something happened, Anders?
We lost your voice. Yes, we lost your voice. We didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Right now, yes, but after the question, as you started answering, there was silence.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Some farms have chickens, so that they have egg shares, like the concept of okay, own your own chicken here, and so that they have eggs through the season from that chicken. So let's say maybe 7 eggs a week or something, and then they also I know the previous farm I was working at, they now have a small slaughtery so that they can slaughter the chickens also, for the members can eat the chicken they had. And there is farms having pigs, so they have meat shares with pigs and also with cows, and yeah, so it's possible with any produce at a farm to organize it this way. Yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, more and more people.
And yeah. And about sorting this model, I consider as for customer, I suppose, position. It's good if this vegetables, meat, eggs, milk, and all these products will be delivered over all the year. But but you do it seasonally only. When it's yields and collect, or you not make storages and deliver it later.
Yeah, yeah, we don't do storage too much. We do some because people have limited storage at home. So at Holt, we keep vegetables until Christmas time. So potatoes, big amounts of potatoes, and carrots, and other like cabbage, like the kålrot, kohlrabi, and different vegetables that can stay in the cooler at the farm until Christmas. And then we say, okay, but after Christmas we can't take care of your vegetables anymore. But the previous farm I was working at, Tore Jardar, he was in Latvia on the festival. Yeah, he do deliver vegetables and meat the whole year around. But of course, in the winter time, it's only the root vegetables for storage that is kept and shared. And he do deliver. He delivers only deliver on the Reko, like for his CSA members. They show up in Reko rings, like the pop-up market, in the cities around. He have members in so many cities around. Yeah, he's driving for 2 hours even to deliver. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Do you have some line for membership? The people who waiting when you have enough farmland for that, or somebody step out?
Yeah, there is a waiting list. So we're lucky with that. Not all the CSA gardens have that. So it's very fortunate that this farm, and I think one of the reasons for this farm being so popular is also the whole package, You can come to the farm in the weekends. There is a cafe. You can you can go down, harvest, and you can get to the cafe after, buy some pizza or some pastries. The kids can run and look at the animals while their parents maybe are doing some more harvesting, It's a very attractive farm to be visiting. So I think that's kind of the reason why it's so popular.
Could you share maybe some members suggested some additional services or something else which you not have ideas when you started this one?
You can repeat? Didn't quite.
Do you have some ideas which came from your customers, members of this society, say, okay, you could make this as a service for us, or make longer walking hours for us, or maybe something else? Children camps.
Yeah, they're like children camps is there is children camps in the summer in the farm, and I think many members have their kids in the summer camp. I guess there's also families that wish that we had a kindergarten at the farm. So, but it's only so much that one farm can be, but it could be possible also. They have been talking about it, but it's very many projects at this farm as it is, and very many very much juggling going on already. So, but we'll see what time brings. But I cannot really remember any other question like wishes that we had. So yeah, here is a typical.
By the way,
what?
Yeah. By the way, the harvesting, which vegetables people like most to harvest, and which less or hate harvest?
Okay, what they hate. We like to harvest. Well, they like to harvest tomatoes, and they love tomatoes. They can. That's one thing that they never get enough of. As the previous question, like it's never enough tomatoes, and now it's like 2 big, huge greenhouses full of tomatoes. And I haven't asked Martin this year if it's enough still, but we'll see. Other than what they hate to harvest, I don't think there's anything they hate harvesting. It's more they don't like to read the emails with the description of how we want them to harvest things all the time. So, for instance, in the potato field, before we do the collective harvesting together, they want their early potatoes, and they go there and they just start somewhere and to start harvest somewhere. And it's always a chaos, you know. They start in each edge and they never go the whole way on the row, and it's like, you know, a bit chaos with some of the ways vegetables, but it's in general it's just it's no big problem.
But when they harvest, for example, these early potatoes, they harvest only for their self-use or for all community?
So early potatoes, they would harvest only for themselves, but at some point at the end of the season, we do the collective harvesting. I have some pictures of it later, but then at the end of the season, we do it together because it's a lot of potatoes, and it's nice to make sure that we get all of it up from the soil. Yeah.
But there may be some jealous say, oh, you came every weekend and harvest for your families as vegetables, and we only once a month. That's not all. But we pay the same amount and so on.
Yeah, that is an issue, can be an issue, but since I'm such a nerd, I've been making an Excel sheet where I do the estimation of how much we do produce of each vegetable, each crop, and then I divide it between the members, and then I tell them, okay, so this is the total amount of this vegetable that you can harvest. And then we have built this shed, actually. I have a picture later here where we have a weight, you know, to weigh the produce. So then the members have to weigh their harvest, and we have a protocol like a paper, or they have to make sure to fill a form on themselves, like how much they've been taking and how much is the total, at the end of the season, we can see, okay, so we have more of this, and then we open up for more. You can harvest as much as you want of this because it's too much anyway. Or this thing, you should take less of this because it have to be enough for everyone. And so we adjust as we go, but it's not a problem really. The biggest problem is that there is too much vegetables that is not being harvested anyway. So it's not a big issue. Yeah.
Only tomatoes, they are always in short, yes.
Yeah, and the tomatoes is an issue.
But in your cafe and store, there is a self-service, or you have to be as a shopman be there to serve persons?
Yeah, in the cafe there is always people working, so it's like a proper kitchen where we make our own pastries and we make the pizzas in the pizza oven. And, so the cafe is like for the fresh food that we serve. We have for families visiting, but we have the shop that is separate, where we have the milk and we have the yogurt and the cheese and we have the meat in freezers. That is a self-service. Yeah, here we have some of the ice cream. Yeah. I will. Many of the questions that you have is coming later in the pictures, so I can just get through this. I don't know how much time I have. Is it half an hour more, and then we can do questions after?
So yeah, we have time till 20:30. So it's half an hour and 5 minutes more.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then I will make it through the presentation.
Good.
And yeah, so and then yeah, so there is so many beautiful pictures. I was looking through them yesterday, and I was like, oh, so good memories. And working together with these wonderful people at the farm, like really, I cannot say it enough. Like, if you have a farm, have people coming to stay for some time and help out. It's just such a gift, you know. And here from the cafe, we sell the ice cream. And on the farm premises, we have a big area, the garden, and there we have concerts also in the summer. So invite for concerts, up to 2 concerts every year, where there is up to 400 people coming to visit to experience the concert. And it's big names. Big Norwegian artists coming because they think it's so much fun to come have a concert at the farm because it's not so usual for them. It's a really cool thing. So then we can we make a lot of pizza at these events, and also we can sell beers. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. Some more pictures of tomatoes and vegetables. These things can grow in Norway. And also, like, for instance, when we have a bad weather season and we have a lot of onions that has to be dried on the field, but we have to get them in under roof in the barn. It's so nice to have a CSA for having people to ask for help for this big projects or big workloads that would take forever to do on your own, and the rain would come before you're even done. So here is just after putting up the shed, we put it into use. We was drying the garlic hanging there, and there you can see the weight and also the papers where they could fill out what they was harvesting to have some kind of control of what they had left, or the total amount. And also, as a farm, we say to the members that to make this go around, to have the prices as low as we have, we need to be allowed to sell vegetables in our farm shop. Vegetables that is that we know we have enough of. The tomatoes is never enough, but some part of the season they are not harvested, so then we can sell them also. Here is a very simple farm shop. So here we have a cooler where we have the vegetables and yeah. It's a nice contribution to the whole package. And then it also makes new members, people coming to visit, and they see, oh, you have vegetables, oh, you have the CSA garden. Okay, cool, we want to be members. And they get on the list, and yeah. So here we have a big cooler that we got hold of. We bought it and put it on the roof outside of the building, so that we made this self-service center for the members, where they can come through the whole fall all the way till Christmas times to get vegetables and weigh them there, and it's a good setup. And then we follow it up, make sure that things are available for them and tidy enough. Yeah. So here's the big potato workshop, harvesting workshop. It's a big happening every year, where we have the tractor going, shaking the potatoes up on the surface, and then it's like the potatoes are gone as fast as the tractor goes, So at the time the tractor is done running, there is no more potatoes in the field. It's done because it's so many helping hands. It's wonderful. Yeah, a lot of potatoes and smiles. So here we have some packages of vegetables where we make for selling in the market, like the Reko ring market, the pop-up market, in the season where we have enough vegetables. And also for the members, we do arrange courses. Here is a fermenting course, teaching how they can preserve all the good harvests that they have to make preserve it for longer. And it's popular, like people really appreciate it as members to have the opportunity to learn also these things. We have actually had a permaculture course at the farm. We had instructors coming from the United States, Douglas Bullock and John Valensula was coming. Pioneers from America. They really enjoyed it. So this is pictures from that course. And we have had the willow basket workshops. Yeah. We also have pub nights in this brewer house. In the time before Christmas, when it's getting darker outside for us and colder, and it's nice to come together for that. Yeah. Here we have winter, proper winter in Norway, where the greenhouses are snowing down and almost collapsing because of the amount coming in so short time. Then it's also nice to have members, a community at the farm that can come quick to help before the disaster is there. And we can save the greenhouses, for instance. Yeah. Some of the cows. Wow. I realize now there wasn't so many more pictures in my presentation. But yeah, this is the extended family at some time while I was there, enjoying a night meal in the cafe building. Yeah, which is typical at Holtgård. Yeah. Actually, that was it of my presentation. So I'm happy if there is any more questions, actually. Ilse, you have been at the farm. Have I forgot anything now?
I'm thinking maybe you can share that how many people are coming in the season per weekend days, and that they are paying some amount of money to be in the farm, and actually then they can use everything around, and then so this kind of economics, and maybe what it not costs, but what it asks from you, what kind of work it asks from you to keep up this social open farm principle.
Yeah, good question and good focus. Because the CSA garden per se, that's how to say, it's carrying its own activity in a way, you know. So the income from that goes to pay the work being done in the garden. So it kind of carries itself, but it becomes a package. It's a contribution to the farm. It makes the farm even more, you know. So the farm being popular as it's what people would say is a typical farm, like a old school farm, and not so typical anymore. Because to run this farm any other way than opening it for visitors wouldn't be possible with so few animals, like with so many different productions. Like we have only 6 cows that is producing milk for the dairy. It's not a big production. It's a very small production. We have some small flock of sheep that is tending the field, like the pastures mostly. It's there because it's nice to have them there. We have some chickens, not many there either, that gives some eggs. And the cafe. So it's what carries the farm really is the visitors coming to experience the place. So they pay, how much is it in euros now? It will be about between 5 and 6 euros now. 6 euros maybe. Each person over 2 years of age or something. Visitors that is paying to come to spend time at the farm. So in the summer, in the hot season, the farm is open 4 or maybe even 5 days a week. In good days, it can be about 150 or 200 visitors. But there is also days where there is not so many visitors. It could be as little as like they have the farm open every weekend through the whole year. So in the low season, in the winter after Christmas, like we'd say early, like in February, March, it's it could be like up to 10 visitors, like 5 to 10 visitors at the smallest days. So it makes that kind of carries the farm, like it makes it possible to run it as it is run, having the kitchen going and to have employees in the cafe, to have the farm available for people wanting to have events there and celebrate their birthdays and weddings and whatnot. Yeah. So it's not a typical farm. It's a very social farm that is very diverse, and also I would say a very strong farm, a very safe farm because of its community and so many people feeling belonging there and feeling that they have the connection and love the place, and in difficult times would show up to help the farm continue. Yeah, you know, and maybe even feel kind of a safety being connected with the farm, since they don't have their own land. Maybe they feel it's in an unstable world, in the situation as it is today. You don't know what's gonna happen, and I think many people find safe, like they feel it's important to have this farm, to be connected with it, in case like it would go very bad, you know. This so it's a strength to have so many connections with the farm. I don't know if that answered.
Yeah, I think it's a good answer. So, do you think it is hard for a farm to be open like this?
Yeah, it's I can say that it takes some effort, absolutely, and there is times where the farmers, the family, is tired and feel not as motivated anymore, because yes, it's continuous work, you know, to keep it running. They can't just take the vacation when they want. It needs to be thoroughly planned, and maybe only in the holidays, winter holidays, if so. And also, but the strength is in having many people. It's possible to take some days off. It is, but yeah. So the social aspect is such a strength, and such great value. At the same time as I know that the farmers can feel overwhelmed at times, having to delegate work and to how to say, talk and have connections with the people at all time, like every day, kind of knowing or putting people to work and follow up and make sure that everybody that have to have something to do actually have something to do. It takes some effort, but most of the time I think they are very grateful for having this lifestyle. Yeah. And another aspect can be the economy, because they don't grow rich from this project. It's always an uncertainty of how the year will land when you have more employees, you know, I don't know right now, but they have 2, 3, 4 employees full time at the farm, and not knowing the numbers until the end of the year. And it's I know that the Roar, the oldest farmer, he never took out salary, you know. He has never, some of course, but it's like it's next to nothing. Like it's lifestyle for him. It's a full-time hobby. It's kind of it's not possible for him to take out so much, you know. So, and also Rakel having work outside. She's working in a municipality, so she have salary from there. But also there has been years where she have had to kind of finance to make it go around because it doesn't add up.
Okay, we have one question from Helena, please, Helena.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi, good evening. Anders, thanks a lot really for sharing your experience and all this very, very detailed information. It's really interesting. There are a few things that I was wondering about, and just to jump up a bit on what Gundaga said previously, I also do feel that in general and historically, Latvians tend to be individualists. Right, so let's keep to ourselves, and to have this idea and wish for the community could be a bit difficult here at this time of being. But although I do think really that the younger generation is changing, so I was wondering, also historically looking at Norway and Norwegians, do you feel that that culture has changed? Do you also feel that at some point you were more individualists and now you can have a successful social farming experience? That would be my question number one, and then the rest will follow if you don't mind.
Yeah, good question. As Norwegian, we can resonate very much with that ideology, like wish of, like, most Norwegians are very individualistic. Very much, like, and the families tend to themselves, you know, they work and they do meet, they have some activities, but then at the end, like, they really appreciate their privacy and possibility to withdraw and to be by themselves. And I think it's a big need in most Norwegians, and to some degree, everyone have that need to withdraw and have time for themselves. But I also do experience how many people search for more community. Yes, I do. A meaning, or how to say, belonging somewhere. And so, of course, running Holtgård is very exceptional. Like, it's not many farms like this in Norway. There is more farms like this, but not quite the same. Because it's not very typical Norwegian to open their house and spend so much time together with other people as they do still in Holtgård. But I think they also have been feeling more and more lately that it's important to how to say, take care of themselves also, to withdraw some time and allow themselves to have some time for themselves. So also this farm, it's possible, you know, it's not 24 hours together. It's not. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Then the following question would be, how do you think, what is your major challenge in this type of social farming? Is this related to the fact that the owners want to have their time and space at times, and it's too many people coming, and yeah, it can be really overwhelming if there are around 200 people coming in. Or maybe there is something else, I don't know, maybe there is something connected to gardening, to your farming experience, maybe something more practical.
Most challenging to a farm like this. Well, this farm is a produce of Roar and Rakel as human beings, as they had the dream and have working for 30 years to realize what they have been visioning, and they wanted it to be this way, and still, like Roar is like, this is he still wants to kind of develop, and he's very like Martin, his son on the left side there, is taking over these years, and would like to do some changes, and maybe that's where the challenge is at this farm in particular, and how Martin can make how to say, make it not become a produce only, not only become a produce of the farm, but also make the farm in his vision, because that's what is required for it to sustain, you know. Because if he don't feel like doing everything the same way as we would have been doing, he can't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't continue. Like he would have to stop. So the biggest challenge right now at the farm is that transaction, I suppose, where how to say, we have a saying in Norway, like when you have multiple chefs, it becomes more mess. But but it's not, how to say, that would be in any farm. Most challenging part.
No, don't torture yourself. I think that I got the idea.
Yeah, but I think maybe it can be a bit of the pressure of having it to be continuous, you know. Stressful in a way that it's an ongoing thing, and it's difficult to really have a good break from it, you know. Yeah.
Well, indeed, when you are a farmer, I think it's like 24/7 for the rest of your life. Yeah. And listen, very practical question and very simple one. In terms of the size of the land, how big is your farm?
Yeah. So it's about 100 dekar, or 10 hectare of pasture and grass. And I think it's about 250 dekar, 25 hectares of forest. Yeah. More or less, yeah. And area, there's also several friends of Roar and Rakel that has been buying property on the farm property, like area, and build their houses there. So it's kind of an eco community also on the premises of the farm. So it's a really cool thing. Yeah. They use the farm a lot. Yeah.
That's it. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
So do we have more questions? People are kind of thinking and trying to imagine how is it to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe if there is no one, I have just one thing. You were mentioning several times those volunteers. We have had in our Permaculture Wednesdays that talks, experience, sharing of experience about this WOOF and HelpX and other systems where people are coming as a volunteers and connecting. So, but maybe you can a little bit tell how much they help, how many people in the season are coming. Do you struggling of that you have not enough, or maybe you have too much of them, of those volunteers coming? What is those something about those volunteers so that people understand your extended family? What is how it's built from what which kind of people?
Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, we have practitioners. Like we have aiming to have 2 practitioners that has a background from agricultural studies. That's preferably are staying through the season. And on top of that, we have at least 2 work-awares, but also at times we have 4 work-awares. I don't know, we have had more people at the same time on the farm, but then it becomes too much in a way, because that means 2 practitioners and 4 work-awares and maybe some friends, and then also the employees. It becomes too much to handle in a way. Yeah, it becomes chaos. So how we also do it is that we share the work-awares with one of the neighbors, Robin Lieber. He is running plant school. It's called Efferus. And he's also importing different plants for food forests, so we have nut trees and we have bushes and we have other edible and nitrogen fixing plants, that is cool. So he has a business there. He have like an area where he is developing a food forest as an example garden. So he is actually the one that is taking care of the applications from the work-awares that wants to come and kind of sorts out who would fit the farm the most. So then in the summer, they would spend half the time at Robin's project and half the time at the farm. So in that way, we can make it so that we don't have work-awares for 5 days a week, because that can sometimes feel overwhelming in a way. You don't have time to really do your thing and what you need to do. That makes it nice. You have some days where you can just tend your own business and or kind of work, and then you have days where you have people you read together with you that you have to activate and find out what to work on together. Yeah, in a way. And at some point when they're staying for longer, they are becoming more self sufficient in a way that they can work on their own and take on tasks that you don't have to be there together with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
close to quite good. Yeah. So we have workaways sometimes from early season, and if there is workaways that is working well and becomes a part of the family, tend to stay also longer through the fall and closer to
Okay.
winter. Yeah.
Thank you. So, and the last question, and then we finalize this all beautiful story. We have a question from Jana. So one question is about those the same volunteers. So, is there some activities you are not allowing to do by volunteers at all?
Not at all.
Like you don't allow them to go and do this thing. It's almost always done by owner or workers, paid workers.
Yeah. Milking of cows would always have to be at least together with an employee. Yeah. Yes. They are allowed to come together and help out if they want to. But yeah, we don't we don't allow them to do it on their own. No.
Okay.
I guess that, and also the dairy. In the dairy, it would be employees. Yeah, people with experience doing it. But other than that, it's like they could run the cafe. They could be in the kitchen making food if they want to take that in the garden, as long as they are not weeding what we want to keep. For instance, starting to weed the carrots or something, that would be bad. But yeah, no, but they would be very free to do
Good. And so the last question, we saw a lot of young people in your pictures, and you are a young person as well. So just how do you explain that so many young people are interested in farming? Is it something special Norwegian, or is it something what?
Many people that you've been looking is also from around the world. Some from France and some from Czechia and around actually, from Spain and around Netherlands. So most of them are workawayers, and so it would be, or how to say, workaway. We have also WOOF, that is an organization similar to Workaway, WUOOF. So these people are from all the world. So they look at the profile of Holtgård and are interested to come. But so I don't know if it really reflects the general population of Norway that so many young people are interested. But at the same time, the school I was attending really had good many students when I was there. I was last year. I think
Sorry.
Yeah. Last year it was not so many applicants, so not so many students again. So it varies from year to year of the students at the farming school. But I become kind of careful with saying this. Oh, more and more people, it seems like more and more people are interested in agriculture or in ecological food, because that's my experience. But that's also because of me being in the environment I am and meeting the people because of my interest. But even though I would say that I have a feeling that more and more people are getting seeing the importance of ecology and healthy foods and how it's important to choose consciously the future we want. Yeah, because of the world, how unstable things are, and with both environment and political situation and everything. I do have a feeling that more and more people get interested, but I'm not sure if it's really.
Yeah, we hope too, and that those people want to be more and more sustainable, permaculture, ecological, or organic. So yeah, we hope that it is the common need for everyone in this planet. So thank you very much, Anders, for your sharing. We are. I hope that we all have a lot of inspiration now. So. And have a good evening, and have a good your next season with your farming and cowboy things.
Yeah, thank you. It's been such a pleasure to attend to talk with you and share my experience. It's really cool that you have these workshops going on every week. So active organization in Latvia. It's really inspiring, so I'm very happy to share, and I really hope I was able to bring something for you that is of interest. And yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, I'm stopping.